Okay, hello everybody. I'm just shooting another very quick video to help out with one aspect. I had a student ask this morning about some aspects for research task 1 that we covered several weeks ago in the class, but I'd better cover them again, particularly for external students who weren't at the class because that recording failed. Many of these aspects are covered in Daryl Johns' presentation within the playlist. However, I'll go through them just very quickly for now. So what we have for our research task 1 in section 3 services is it's asking what is the bushfire attack level for the subject property. So that's the property located at number 174 Shepherds Hill Road. So what is the bushfire attack level? Is it within 500 metres of high bushfire attack level? Does it have mains water connection? What is the required storage and what are the required fittings? So I'll just go through these ones quickly and where we get that information from. So I'll move that one across. So this is the recording within our playlist. So it's speaker number 2. And that's Daryl Johns there from a company called Cat and Dog, which are private certifiers. And he clearly explains in this session the requirements around building in bushfire prone areas for medium, for high, medium, general, and excluded. So I really suggest you have a look at this video for having a look at what you have to do in each of those areas, including the dedicated water storage. But where do we get our information from? So there is a program that everybody has access to via the internet called Location SA Map Viewer. And while you're watching this presentation, I encourage you to get this open, particularly for those who have dual screens. Get this one open on another screen so you can have a play as you watch the video. So pause the video now, and in your browser, type in Location SA Map Viewer or location.sa.gov.au/viewer, and you'll bring up a map of the state. Now this is zoomed in on a place that I was going to use as an example. So not our subject property, but I'll go through the process so you can apply that process to our subject property. So we've found so from the state, I'll zoom out so we can see our entire state. So there we go, that's our state there, and you'll get a very similar view when you open up Location SA Map Viewer. So I'll zoom back in, zoom in. Now you can type in your address here, so number 174 Shepherds Hill Road, up in the search for an address or location box, and press search, and it should bring that up straight away. In fact, it will start auto-filling once you're getting through typing the address. This is the satellite view. The next thing I would ask you to do is switch it onto roads. So we have that capacity to change maps within Location SA Map Viewer. And my apologies, I'm doing this via the internet on my phone, working at home, so it's a little bit slower than it may be for some of you that have better connections. So we go to a simplified map view, so it takes away a lot of pictures so we can actually see things a little bit clearer. So in that research task 1, it's asking you for bushfire attack level. So what we can do is we go up to datasets, go land management and drop down arrow, property and planning, drop down arrow, and then click on this one, bushfire protection areas. As soon as we click that one, bushfire protection areas, well, a little bit slower for my browser and possibly you at home. I'll just close that one. So if I click on that one, there we go. The whole section has gone blue. That means that we're in a medium bushfire attack level. And if I scroll out, hopefully it will populate relatively quickly. For this example place, I know that it's going to be blue for the majority of it, and then we're going to have a section of red which is high. This one's not populating very quickly, but if you've got slightly faster internet at home. Once you've clicked on this bushfire protection areas, it will show you whether you're within medium or high. The next thing it asks for, so we've got our bushfire attack level. Let's say we're in medium. Then we want to know, are we within 500 meters of high? So if this one had, if my internet was a little bit faster here, it would show, it shows this paddock area here as red, I know that. And then as the allotments here in blue. To work out whether we're within 500 meters of this section over here, which is red, we go into Tools, select Tools, and you get these 4 tools come up. This one here is Measure a Line. And so the way we select Measure a Line, and we select on the subject property, and then double click, and it tells us that length is 151.6 meters. So do that for your property at number 174 Shepherd's Hill Road. You'll see one section in blue for medium bushfire attack level and one section in a pinkish sort of colour for high, and measure the distance. The next thing we want to find out is whether it has mains water connection. So once again, back to data sets, shrink that one down, go to infrastructure and utilities. Infrastructure and utilities, and then infrastructure and utilities once again. Under here, we've got a whole series of infrastructure and utilities we can turn on. The one we're interested in is water main. So select water main and turn that on. Now in this location for this example place, I know that there's not mains water down here. So what we can do, well, I'll zoom the map out. Hopefully it'll start populating soon. I know that there is mains water in this location, but because my internet is a little bit slower over my phone, it's not showing up. But what you'll see is a series of light blue lines showing that mains water connection. We can move back to the city and zoom in on the metropolitan area within the city. Hopefully that will start populating soon. No, we don't have that populating because my internet is a little bit slow at home. Sincere apologies. But you'll see a clear blue line showing where there is mains water connectivity. So for your subject property, once you've turned that on, you'll find that out. Another way of finding out whether it has the mains water connectivity is actually to click on allotment, which is a little bit slow for me as well. And it brings up a dialog box, and within that dialog box, you can select a little button that says What's Here. Under that What's Here button, you also get that same information for what you've selected within your data sets. It's a little bit slow for me at the moment, so it's not working. My apologies for that. Then the last thing, the reason we're looking to see whether it's in 500 meters of high and whether it's mains water connection is because we want to see what the required storage is. So if we go back to our Learn page, under it's under lesson 2, which is under our class 1 building, residential. We've got the section here on services. We've got NBN check my address, so that's for your NBN connection. Here's the link to the SA map viewer. I've also put up Minister's Code for development in bushfire protection areas, but the one you will want to be referring to is Minister's Specifications in bushfire. So that's mentioned in Daryl's video significantly. Anyhow, do I have that one open? Thought I did. Yeah, so there we go. That's the Minister's Specification. So we've clicked on that link and opened this. It's only a very short document, so as you work your way through it, you'll get to a table that's here, capacity and fittings required for a bushfire protection water storage facility. In this, it says levels of bushfire risk, general and medium, and excluded if within 500 meters of high. You will need to have 2,000 litres plus domestic fittings if it's connected to mains water. You need to have 5,000 litres and domestic fittings if it's not connected to mains water. So that's why we want to find out if we are connected to mains water. Or if it's in high, then we have 22,000 litres, and this plus is 5 fittings are accessible to the fire authority. So these are special fire fittings, so that's the Storts or the London Round 50mm adapter for those, which is mentioned a little bit further on. So hoses for fire. Not under hoses for firefighting. It's in the next section, 2.5. So a fire service adapter fitted in the wall of a water storage facility near the bottom of the water storage facility with a minimum outlet of 50mm, terminating in a 64mm male London Round thread. So that's our required fittings and required storage. So that table tells us what our required fittings and our required storage is for each scenario. So if we're in general and medium, and there's also an area called excluded, and if within that excluded we're within 500 meters of high, we have to have these. If we're in high zone, then we'll need to have that level of storage. So hopefully that's all clear for you. So yeah, go have a look at Location SA Map Viewer to find that information for the subject property at number 174 Shepherd's Hill Road. And then once you've done that, also have a bit of a play. This Location SA Map Viewer is not only useful for this particular task, but for gathering information on properties more broadly. We have a lot of sections here with lots of data sets that could be turned on. So enjoy. Thank you very much.